Do you want your company to stand for something different, to be a values-based organization or a learning organization? Well, if so, then this video is for you. I'm going to take you into a 5-minute clip of a meeting I held with my team, and I'm going to show you how I don't just talk about the fact that I want us to learn or that I want us to learn how to know how to express our emotions. I actually show what that looks like in a way that we fired someone and in a way that we organized the room that they were sitting in at that moment. And hopefully by the end, you'll be able to see how you could demonstrate this in your own organization, and I'll convince you that you should probably record it and send it to other folks that weren't there when you said whatever you said or did whatever amazing thing you were doing. If you don't know who I am, my name's Luke Murray. I am a former physician. I've been an entrepreneur for about 20 years. During that time, I've done about $100 million in revenue. I currently have a portfolio that does about $3 million a year, and I make these videos because I would like to have ambition without the bullshit, and I'm guessing you would too. Let's go to the meeting. When we did this yesterday, like, have y'all ever worked at a company where they let someone go and then the boss was like, and it's 2 people in the past like 2 weeks. And the first time the boss is like, how does everybody feel? And like, who feels scared? Who's mad? Or who, sorry, I did fear and I did sadness. And 2 weeks later, they're like, hey guys, I want to talk about feelings again. Open up your books to page 88. And I want to acknowledge that I could have done a better job last time at letting everyone kind of let the energy that is in emotion, which is what emotion is, like flow a little more uninterrupted. So let's take a survey about who's pissed and who's happy and who's going to create energy and who's afraid now that we've let this other person go. Have you guys ever heard of any business anywhere doing that? I haven't. But I fucking love that we do that here. Because I want you guys, like, again, I want a fleet of Ferraris for sure, because that's what'll make me happy. But the only thing that'll make me happier than that is being rich in the currency of energy, like free flowing, no drama, just like I can just be pissed. You guys can be all these things. I would love for other companies, other places to do this as well. And some do. This is the Luke Murray version. And when y'all figure this shit out and you're running this meeting for me, I will go down the street to our bourbon company and where we have fired a lot of people in the last year, and I'll teach them this shit too, along with a billion other things that we are doing here. So that's why I have this on, because I want at least the opportunity for me to share this with my other companies, to be like, hey guys, and I've got an editor that'll like cut this down just to the good parts where I look extra smart. But this is something I haven't even told you guys about. So before I went to medical school, I basically learned about how to, one of the things you see me obsessed about productivity and about like, oh, you have to label it here and where's their eyes looking? Like, so that's how a factory is organized. Like at Toyota, they say, and this is a very old saying, obviously, like a one-eyed man on a galloping horse. I don't know where you'd find a galloping horse outside of Kentucky or everywhere 100 years ago. Needs to be able to go through your factory and understand how it's laid out. So if a one-eyed man on a galloping horse came through this room, he might see that there are little slips of paper on the thing, but he sure as shit wouldn't have time to read them. If they were bigger and he spoke English, maybe he would be able to say printer paper. But you know what anybody in any language would understand? Piece of paper, like a sheet of paper logo on that. If I had one eye and I was going 40 miles an hour through here, I could be like, oh, there's a printer there. Oh, there's a little like sheet of paper logo, which is why you see male and female symbols across the world. That translates time and energy, whatever. I don't want to look for printer paper. Actually, I don't even want to get off my ass to look for printer paper. I want to go like this, and then I want to get up and walk straight to the printer paper. That's what I want to do. When you guys walk into the supply room, I don't want you to read in that print size 75 labels, which is what we took the time to do, which is lovely of her, and definitely better than having no labels on anything, because otherwise you guys would have had to literally look in every drawer. Actually, you'd only have to look in the drawers of the ones that weren't clear.
We bought clear containers on purpose so you don't have to, honestly, we might not even need labels on those because you just look at it, dude. There's Play-Doh in here. This is where the Play-Doh goes, you know? So that's the idea. So anyway, these are forms of waste. This is not the point of the lesson today. The point of me talking right now is y'all aren't going to learn industrial engineering, Toyota production system concepts at any other TRP job, or at basically any other job that isn't a manufacturing job. Even if you worked for we as a professional organizer, she's not going to teach you like, oh, like she came in and she was pissed that shit wasn't put away. I made a video like when it's been 48 hours and shit wasn't put away, but she didn't get a fucking master's degree in like industrial engineering. I didn't either. I got half of one. And so she couldn't teach some of those concepts. She could teach some other concepts. So the reason we have a video camera on is 90% because I think fame's gonna make me happy. And I just, 99% fame's gonna make me happy, so strangers know who I am, then I will love myself more, because that's what my therapist says is how this works. But the 1% is so that the rest of our staff can learn stuff, and so that my other businesses can learn stuff, and so that maybe one of those strangers that follows me can be like, fucking hey, maybe when I fire someone, I won't be like trying to control the narrative, like make sure, like, by the way, talk to anybody, like, I'm not trying to hide shit from you guys, anybody from anywhere. I just want there to be less bullshit and drama in your day-to-day life and in my day-to-day life, and that happens when energy flows freely.
So actually, a little bit of context, we had fired someone a week ago, and then we'd fired someone again like a day or two prior to filming this. So that's what all the, that's what my reference to letting people go is, and that tallies of emotions. I actually took a survey and said how many people are upset, how many people are happy, that type of thing. And then the other reference was, I was talking about how the room that they were sitting in was organized, and we'd hired a professional organizer to put labels on things and put them where they should go. And so I was teaching them some other concepts about, industrial engineering and maximizing something called visual controls, which is a fancier way of being able to see a whole bunch of stuff at a glance. So that was me telling them, hey guys, I'm not just talking about the fact that it's okay to feel emotions. I demonstrated it before. And then I also am not just talking about, I want you to be open to feedback. I am criticizing myself and getting feedback from them and improving in front of them. And then I also was making sure that they realize that I don't want them to just be good at TRP, the service that we offer. I want them to be good at seeing the world in new ways that make them more effective in several different domains. And lastly, I spelled this out. I want to be able to record what we're doing so that other companies in the portfolio can benefit. And honestly, just people that weren't there that day could benefit from the experience. So let me know what you think. Is this something that you think you should be doing? Or if you're already doing it, tell me, how's it going? Is it actually successful to share your values or to record stuff and send it to other folks? I like this version a lot better than some polished welcome to the company type of intro video, because it's solving actual problems that are happening. We had let someone go and I had gotten better at it and improved myself. We had organized rooms recently and paid for professional organizers, and that had not worked well. And so I was able to point out what was even going on in the room around me. So certainly could use advice from you though. Please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.